So today is Truth and Reconciliation Day in Canada. Now, for those who aren't aware in this country or come from another country altogether, let me just describe a little bit of what it's about. It's our government and culture's way of acknowledging the truth and the history of Indigenous people in Canada, what they've faced, how they've struggled, what they've had to overcome, and how they are now trying to reconcile, trying to demand justice and change for future generations in order to make up for and own up to what has happened in the past. I think it's an incredibly important day. In all fairness, it shouldn't just be one day, and in my school it isn't. It's all year, but that's not the point of the TikTok. The point of this TikTok is how do we acknowledge it in this day? And usually I use music, I use art, I use different interactive community things at Metro Prep in order to create that kind of level of education and awareness. What I've realized lately is a lot of the kids that are coming to this school, that are a part of this school, they have it. They have this information built in them. They just need a little help getting it out and actually leading the charge. So today, instead of me just talking at them and giving them historical tidbits and telling them what happened and giving them the history again, what did I do? I gave them the microphone. I let them speak. Now, did I direct it a little bit? Yes, because anytime you put a student up in front of a whole school of kids, they get very, very nervous. So what did I do? I led them, and then I asked them to join. I asked them to be included in what we're talking about. Guys, let me tell you this, this generation, we are gonna be just fine. Why? Because they are leading with intelligence, they are leading with knowledge, they are leading with empathy. I can assure you that. I had kids speak about residential schools, what went on, how kids were stolen, what happened to them when they got there, how they tried to eradicate that culture and that identity. I had kids speak about the horrors that went on there and how we should have stepped in and why didn't we step in and why are we being made accountable today. I had kids speak about cultural genocide and how, in the most beautiful, eloquent way I have ever heard a grade 7 speak, he spoke about how we tried to eradicate their oral tradition. Because if we broke their language, we would disable them from connecting to the past. And if they couldn't connect to the past, how in the heck could they stand up for their future? That was a grade 7. I gave them a space to speak about treaties and contracts and what that meant. I had teenagers stand up and say, these contracts, these treaties that were signed, this isn't the nice thing we're doing when we give this land acknowledgement speech. This is an acknowledgement of what we stole. How do we know we stole it? It's in the contract. And since it's in the contract, it's not something nice our government and our culture is doing nowadays. It's something they should be demanded to do.